Okay, so today's question is regarding the so-called food shortage. So once again, this is just storytelling. So let's get started. So these are the cards that I pulled out. Okay, so this was the main card actually that came out. So it is the Wheel of Fortune. So with regards to the food shortage, I don't see any. Okay, so this card here, when I see this card, to me is kind of like striking a lottery. It's like you're winning a lottery. Okay, so because of that, there is no food shortage. And the clarification card is the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands here, it shows that the people are rejoicing. So, yeah, so what I'm getting here is that there seems to be a plan. Okay, there seems to be a plan which is governed by these four beings, or four types of beings, or four types of energy, and whereby you have this Wheel of Fortune here, which is being pushed into this era, into this phase. Okay, and this phase here is ruled by a certain plan. And the plan says this: now is the time to push into this Wheel of Fortune, into this era here, where it will be governed by these four energies, or these four beings, and they are just following the plan. Okay, they are just following the plan. So here you have, to me, this Wheel of Fortune, it was as if it was from another place, and then it was brought into this era here, okay, by these three beings here. Okay, so during that time when it was ruled by these three beings, humanity was suffering. But now we are moving into an era whereby there is going to be an abundance. Okay, but here we're talking about food shortage, so there's going to be an abundance of food, okay, for the people. And this is the clarification card. So the clarification card here, we are moving into an era where people are going to be faced with abundance of food. Okay, good food, and not just, like nasty junk food, things like that. Okay, so yeah, so we are moving into that era. Now, then the next question is regarding this food shortage. Is it by Mother Nature? Is it, or is it artificial? And so this is the card that I got, which is the Magician. So the Magician card here, to me, it represents a trickster. Okay, somebody who is trying to trick us with their stories. Okay, so but this person, he has his orders from higher up, and he's going to try to manifest this narrative onto planet Earth for the humanity. So he is a trickster, and these are the clarification cards. So here you have this trickster who is playing many roles here. So one is that he is just carrying out orders, and then to manifest on earth so that humanity would suffer. But the thing is, it's not working. This food shortage is not working, because when you're talking about a narrative versus Mother Nature versus the universal plan, definitely the universal plan will prevail. Okay, so yeah, so here we have same person again. So he is going to build up the narrative, the artificial food shortage, and apparently he fails. It's not working. And what happened is that every time it doesn't work, he kind of like gets stabbed. Okay, and then after that, then they will create another copy of him, and then he goes back up on stage and to push this narrative, and it doesn't work. So increasingly, the higher ups power there is getting very is he they're getting frustrated with him, and every time he fails, they will try to put on another actor or add on another actor, but it would still fail. And then after that, they would just punish them. And then after that, they would, and to me, this is the same person. It's as if they are creating copies of him. So that copy doesn't work. Okay, so they're going to put it away, and then they're going to create another copy and put him up on stage, and that doesn't work. Okay, let's try another copy, and so on. So it's not just So what I'm getting is that it happens to, let's say, a particular actor, and at the same time, they can also add on other actors just to push the narrative. So what I'm getting here is that the world that we are living in is really, the world is just a stage. The world is just a stage. The important figures here, they're just all actors. So the thing is, it doesn't work. So what happened is that their role doesn't end there. They also have the task of going out and try to create some other stories. Maybe if a food shortage is not working, maybe then they will create a kind of like another disease. They will have to go out and find some other calamity, artificial calamity, in order to push fear among the public. Okay, so yeah, so from what here I'm getting from the cards here is as if the world is not as we know it, and that there is something deeper to it, and all those politicians and important figures, everybody who are in the public eye, well, there is more to them than what we think. Okay, and apparently there are copies of them, and so if they don't work, then maybe a copy of them, of them would work. Or if they don't work, maybe we just add on another actor, anything to push the narrative. But once again, the narrative cannot work because we are living in an era now whereby the Wheel of Fortune is moving into an era, according to the universal plan, whereby it's going to bring abundance to humanity. Okay, so once again, this is just storytelling. Okay, then after that, then the next question is, because of this food shortage, there is no like real food shortage. If it was created by, if it was brought about by Mother Nature, if it's natural, definitely we would be starving right now. But apparently not. So then the best that they can do is, limit the supply. And when you limit the supply, the price would go up. So the thing is, what do we do about this situation? And these are the cards that came out, which is the Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords. So Page of Swords, this is us. So this is how we are going to deal with the situation. And as you can see, he is looking at the Ace of Swords. So what is showing is that he is getting guidance from the information. Now, this information is not the information that's coming from him, but it's kind of like, it is as if the public or humanity is finally waking up. Okay, and they know how to discern between false information as well as true information. There seems to be a rise in consciousness as represented by the clouds, the white clouds here, and because of that, they are taking up their swords. And this, to me, this represents that people are better able to ready themselves, because now they have kind of like awakened a bit. And when you are awake a bit, you know what information would serve you well, what is truth, what is untruth. And because of that, we are able to prepare ourselves. Okay, so with regards to the price increase, perhaps we can just hold on and not buy the things, whatever thing it is now, or maybe buy some alternative food sources, that kind of thing. Okay, so yep, so that's about it. Thank you.